All right, everybody, how's it going? Real Diversity here. We are back with another video. Just want to do a video kind of just talking about the state of Pokemon Pocket right now. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through all the tabs here and just talk about each one. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into specifically cards, the meta in terms of battling and that sort of thing. But I just said let me also just glance really quickly at what the game's been doing, at least from what I can see. So one thing I've noticed, Wonder Picks, I have not been seeing too many. You guys remember when they had the thing where you could sneak peek? I have not seen the sneak peek in I don't in like forever. So I don't know what that's about. But they have done away with the like sneak peek thing where you could every few weeks they would allow you to take one look before you actually picked it. That was actually really clutch sometimes, especially if you picked right and you was like, oh good, okay, then it's this spot. So um but yeah, also packs still the same. Feel like the I'm a fan. I'm more of a fan, and since we're here, do we have a pack we'll open it here? I'm more of a fan of one set pack, because then like you can just open one set. It's less targeted, and people are some I think some people have a problem with it. I think it's my second Kangaskhan too. So some people have a problem with that, and it was actually a really great pull because I actually needed this, and I may make a deck just on to play on the since rank's over right now. I may make a deck just to test that out. One thing though, I'd like one pack because everything's on one pack. Usually, if they do multiple packs, some people like that too because they can be more selective on what they're trying to get. But the issue with that also is that not everything good is gonna be on one pack. So it's usually gonna be this item's good here, this item's good there. You're gonna have to both buy both anyway. So with just one pack just takes the stress away, and it's just okay. I'm gonna pull what I want or don't. But I'm not. I don't have to worry about, do I waste time opening 800 more of these packs and not getting these items from this pack? So I think one's a lot simpler. I don't understand why anyone would say otherwise. Like, unless there's just one pack that's overwhelmingly better than the other ones. The only way that this I would enjoy multiple packs is if one pack was guaranteed the good stuff and the other one was like the fluff that you didn't care about that you can get later. Like, okay, then sure. If one pack was like EXs and like the stage threes and the other one was just like the cards no one cares about or something, then sure, easy enough. I would go for that, man. But if everything's all mixed up and it equally balanced as to good and bad cards, just give me one pack so I don't have to waste time. Anyways, um, so that's fine. I've been enjoying that. The shop's been interesting. I've enjoyed the fact that they finally added in for the limited time. So promos you can now get. So sometimes a lot of times they'll have one where I just don't look up and get one or the other. So that actually happened this time, and because of that I was able to still manage to get this alone in full picks. Now it bugged out on me last time though. Last time they did not give us a thing for this, and hopefully they correct it. So I have a gap in my collection because of that for the promotion card. So um and also for this event, I'm luckily this time I didn't waste too much time. Once I had about like 20 packs for this event, I just went ahead and opened them, and I managed to get two copies of everything. And I think except for Mega Hitmonchan, I only had one, so I had to use this item. So this is really clutch. Really clutch item, saves you a lot of time, especially when you're looking for just that one card. So really clutch is if you just get unlucky or so. Also with that being said, well, we'll come back to that. No, since we're on the topic now, when it comes to that promotion, I think they've done a really good job of when they have that event. It's really easy now to um get a lot of packs really quickly. It used to be you pretty much had to play like 30 games, 30 matches. Now, like you get like 5 free packs. And then they have an event. So when you do missions, so when you're playing those matches, You also get packs from playing the matches, so you can get packs super quick compared to in the past. So you can really get like 50 packs if you really wanted to, and you should have a good chance of getting everything. But yeah, eat a lot easier now. It only takes me maybe just 2 days of doing battles, and I should be able to get just about everything. And if not, then you should look up and just be able to get whatever you did with the shop. So that's one of the better additions this game's definitely added. Quality of life definitely saved some time because I don't like playing those CP matches. This it's because it's the same deck, so not that fun. I played it 80 times, but yeah. Um, Let me put this charger. Okay, so collection wise, same old collection deal. Not gonna talk about the cards. I one thing though, sometimes I think it's you should be able to search Pokemon up by their moves as well. I think that's relevant. Or their descriptions, because in the other game, the TCG Live game, you can type in like a description on the like I do that because that's how sometimes I will find cards. Is like I'm just like add card to your hand. Just something like that to just look at all the cards that have an effect to add cards to your hand. So that would be nice if they did that where you could just type in like gain health or heals and you can see every so let me see here. It's like if I say heals and then it pulls up all like the cards that involved heals like Center Lady, Potion, Venusaur attack, whatever it is that heals, it would tell me. So I think that's something they should definitely add. Trading has been great. Not too many trades lately because there's no new set, but trading's really fun. Because now you can show what cards you need, so people can actually give you something good or something close to what you need. So that's really good. Also, the share, which I don't touch this too often, but share is really cool, especially if you just have a bunch of cards and you just share every day and just get rid of some cards. Hopefully, you help someone out. I think I did that the other day. I had a bunch of one of something, and someone didn't have it in their deck. I just sent it to them. So that's really easy, fun, helps people out a little bit, especially free to play players. And again, like I said, with the trading also being easier, free to play players have an easier time filling out their decks. I'm free to play for like, except like the beginning of a new release, just so sometimes I can get my hands on some cards just to make content for you guys. But other than that, I'm pretty much free to play on this game. Um, Except for like the season, whatever the pass is, the monthly deal. Okay, so versus battle again, ranked. This is an issue I've been having. Is ranked takes way too long to come out. That's my only issue. But luckily, in the random matches now, they do have competitive mode, which doesn't. um, I don't know. I don't. I'm. You can say you should get some decent matches here. So this is gonna be pretty close to like ranked. So as far as I can tell, but people still play all type of decks in there. So it's not always gonna be like the top of the top. But you will still run into the Hydreigons for sure. But you'll also see a bunch of everything else like Mega Mawile, all type of stuff you wouldn't normally see. Anything else? And then also add the new solo battles, the random battles, and I don't know if they're just gonna add. I don't know if this was just for like for people to get easy pack points. I don't know. I don't know what this purpose was for. But yeah, they gave a bunch of pack points in this, and also these battles you can get a bunch of pack points too, which I was doing too at last season to just kind of open a few more packs without spending money. So easy enough to kind of get quick pack points if you have not done those. You just gotta complete whatever the mission is for that. So easy enough, fun. They gave it's something for free to play players to kind of grind if they really don't want to spend money and don't want to waste too long. But again, there is a cap to that, so I don't think. But I guess if anyone just joined today, they should be able to like just do a bunch of those and should get a bunch of pack points. I think so, but I don't know. I would have to make a another account just to see what it's like if I started over. or started playing today. And I wonder too, the game would have to be really friendly, at least when it comes to giving people their collections, especially if they just join, because it would be really tough for someone to catch up to what I've done in a year. I wouldn't care, like, if they gave someone like all of the A1, like the A series, if they gave them every single card from that collection, I honestly wouldn't care. Even though you could be like, well, I was here since day one. I've been paying money. I've been opening packs daily. XYZ. That's fun. Again, that's fun. But if we're not getting new people into the game will die. And then what's the point of you been playing since day one when no one can see your day one efforts, right? So, so there's that. And that's pretty much all I think for just the overall game itself. Um, Content's slow, but it's steady. And I don't have time to play this game ranked all the time, so sometimes having a rank break is okay, at least because I don't have to think about getting matches in for for my ranked. But yeah, so now let's talk about the current meta, and I guess I'll just go to my decks. To kind of break this down, one thing I just want to talk about is Hydreigon, which I have not played this deck. This is the old version, so I haven't even this is not even updated. I have just I don't even know if I even played this. I just might have just made this deck at the time just to have it in case I needed it. I don't even think I ever played it. But Hydreigon is quite the problem right now. Very strong card into a lot of situations. And the biggest reason, this is not, again, not the accurate Hydreigon deck. The new one runs Poison Barb, Lucky Ice Pop, and Nihilingo. Now, with that combo, it is lethal. Here's why. Chinglings are pretty much dead weight now against this deck. Chinglings essentially die to being poisoned. So they can, if they attack, they die. So to the poison, so that's a big thing of protecting itself against Chinglings. And non-legal also, that extra just chip damage from being poisoned to your opponent is super strong into like mirror matches. Especially if they don't get their poison, but you do, you're good better into a mirror match. Or also, it gets the numbers right too for Mega Absol to kind of be able to two-shot just about anything if they're poisoned. So I'm really strong with correcting some numbers like that. And poisoned plus Hydreigon, like that's literally 150 if if they attack it to you or you attack it to them and then they attack you back and they get poisoned or something. That's 150. So that's really tough to deal with, especially if something like Mega Absol comes in right behind it. So, yeah, it's super strong deck. Is I would imagine maybe they just, I don't know. I don't like the only way to beat. I don't know. The only way to counter this is to make something, just equally as quick, I guess, or just something that just directly stops Hydreigon from, um and it's tough. It's tough to say. But really, the deck isn't that bad. The issue in this deck, and again, this is not the right one, but the issue with the modern Hydreigon deck is Lucky Ice Pop. That is a card that can equalize a lot of matches this deck will face that it should not be winning. There was a lot of times I was using Mega Ulterior and we would have won or two-shot it had he not gotten like 60, 70 HP back from one or two Lucky Pops. Crazy amount of healing. No other card is doing close to that. Even like Lily is like almost obsolete, right? So yeah, it just a lot of healing. So that's something to note when it comes to just every deck, because it's not exclusive. That would be the thing too. If it was exclusive to a type, cool. that type is broken now, but it's not exclusive to any type. It's everyone can use those. Everyone can gain 60, 80 HP back. That is insane in certain matchups. So, and that's why I just don't even play that deck even because I would just. What do you do? You're playing a bunch of mirror matches all day. What do you do into those mirror matches all day? You know. So that's that doesn't even seem fun to me. It's the mirror matches are basically who gets luckier with their lucky pops, or just who gets a better chance. So this is the Mega Ulterior deck I was running to kind of counter that. Did really good, and it was going on 8 win streaks, 5 win. Like I was going on win streaks because I just played nothing but Hydreigon. So we got top 5,000. Well, we was in the top 4,000. So we was top 5,000. I stopped playing. So I don't know. I should have been checking, but I forgot to check again, and I don't know where we ended up before the season ended. So Greninja's fine because Greninja there's at least a counter to, and Greninja takes a lot of setup because you need to ping, you need to have a Cyrus, and it does a lot of work. So I think there's more conditions with that, and then it usually the card itself does nothing else but just sit there and ping. So which does add up if they get it out early enough and that sort of thing, but still, not the end of the world, especially now with like the poncho with Edwards, right? So anything else that I meant to say on the front end, we're not going to be talking about the new set yet. We're going to do a complete breakdown once that drops, and I think that might drop today, which says Wednesday. I think the new set would come out Friday normally. I think that's when they drop ranks and sets and stuff like that is Friday, I think. So hopefully so. And this is Ninetales. I just want to point out how unique some of these newer cards were. Pretty unique, and Ninetales one of them. Where super strong effect. And it's balanced. It's a strong effect card, and it's doing 80. That is nothing to snuff at. Because think about, like, Jolteon has a strong effect, kind of. But Jolteon's 80 feels underwhelming, even with this effect. This 80 feels really strong. So they made this card very decent because it can attack and 2-shot a lot of things, 3-shot just about everything. This not I have to say yeah, no, you don't Venusaur like the only thing I really do. I don't think you don't 3-shot, um but yeah, super strong deck if you can get this thing going, which I have, and I was able to win a few Hydreigon matches. But then I just stopped playing it. Yeah. Yeah, but I think the biggest and I have no clue where I was last at, but the biggest oppression I think in the game right now is Lucky Ice Pop. So I think they need to do something. There is already item lock in the game, so you can like Chingling, but there's no card that's doing relative really good damage while locking items. I think that's what they would need to do is either item lock or do a heal lock. Now that could also be very interesting to lock someone from healing. That would directly, I think, counter Hydreigon quite a bit too, because they're just would not be able to, especially if it did like around 100 damage, they would only be able to attack once. So I think that would be also really strong, is locking healing. And I think that counters Hydreigon. So I think that knocks out 2 birds with 1 stone if they can pull that off. But yeah, but I don't know. But there's always something new that comes out. Cause Suicune was the big bad. Now Hydreigon just is way too consistent now with the new with just the way it's built now with the healing. So yeah, but that's all I got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, man. Road up, Racy, we're out. Peace.